All right, guys, we got a 3-minute takeaway today. I don't know if you noticed, but the first episode of the Reese Cagle Leadership Podcast dropped yesterday. So if you haven't checked that out, go check it out. That is going to be a staple. I think even after these 365 days are done. Let's pull one of these out for today. All right, let's see what this one says. Just says, what great leaders say no to? What great leaders say no to? Don't quite know what it was talking about there. Remember, these are prompts that I just had printed out and thrown in here from ChatGPT. So some of them are right on and some of them are, well, they're that. Okay, here's how I'm going to interpret this one. What great leaders say no to. Oh, let me set a clock. I think this could go a number of different ways. 3 minutes and go. Okay. What I like to think of about this is sometimes when we step into leadership, we feel like we have to say yes to everything. Right? We feel like if we don't say yes to something, then others' confidence in us is going to go down. So we say yes and yes and yes and yes and yes, and then we end up filling our plate where it's so full we can't complete everything that we're supposed to be doing or that's expected of us. So I think what you say no to is very important. I think you have to be strategic with your yeses. You have to do things that are going to help move the mission forward, are going to help develop others. And remember, whenever you say yes to something, you in turn are saying no to something else. Whenever you say no to something, you're saying yes to something else. The great economist Thomas Sowell said that there are no solutions, only trade-offs. So all the decisions that you're making on a daily basis of what you should be saying yes to are really going to be factored out by what are you willing to trade off? What is a not right now and what is an urgent important? And we've talked about on this channel quite a bit, the urgent important. I did a whole video on the Eisenhower matrix, and I did a clip of one of my courses on the Eisenhower matrix. The Eisenhower matrix simply says, I need to separate what is urgent important from what is just urgent. There are a lot of things in your day that are going to pop up that are just urgent. It's saying, complete me, but it's not urgent important. The consequences on not completing something that's only urgent are not very high. But the consequences on completing something that are urgent important are very high if you don't get it done. So I think it starts with being strategic in what we say yes to. Don't just say yes to everything. Say yes to things that are going to advance the mission forward. And then the second thing that is very important in this is doing a little bit of delegation. When you have the urgent things, could you give them away to someone else? Could that be a stretch assignment, a growth opportunity to someone else as they're developing? Because another limiting belief that we hold is, if it's going to be, it's up to me. Not only do I have to say yes to everything, I have to do everything. And that's not healthy for us as a leader. No, we want to be giving out small tasks that people can handle well so they can show us that they're faithful with the few things so that we can trust them with more. That's the purpose of handing out stretch assignments. That's the purpose of telling somebody what you expect them to do. What you expect them to do. That was our timer. When I'm giving something away, what are they expected to do? Who they are going to do it with, and when do I need it done by? I'm not telling them the how. That's part of their development. So I want you to choose what you say yes to more strategically. Find some just urgent things to give away that others can complete. And through that process, you and them are going to grow as a leader. Thanks for joining me on this 3-minute and 25-second takeaway. I'll see you tomorrow.